So I hope you guys enjoy this short video. I'll try to do as many short videos as I can so that you can have something quick and fun to work on. Hi guys, happy Saturday. I was gonna try to do a quick video showing you how to make these cute little paper bag journals. They have pockets on the front, pockets on the back. So I made this one a couple days ago, and it's using kind of scrappy, junky papers. They're very small. Obviously, you could use larger bags. I'll be using just a regular size lunch bag, but I like small little journals sometimes just to practice in or do collaging. So I thought maybe you guys might want to see how to make one of these. They're super easy, and you can get very creative with the kind of papers you use. Here's an embossed paper and decorating them. Okay, these aren't embellished on the inside, but I'm just showing you the bare bones. So what you'll need is a cutter or scissors. I have a pile here of scrap papers. So just get yourself any scrap papers that you want to use. I have a mixture of stuff, a lunch bag, and you'll need to bind it, an awl or something that can poke holes. And this is a yarn needle, and then you'll need some kind of string, twine, embroidery, floss, anything to bind it with. So those are the tools that you'll need. So let's get started. I take my lunch bag and I cut off this bottom part. Let's see if I can get close enough to it. Yeah. Sometimes my cutter cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. It cooperated, thank you. Oh, thank you, cutter. So now when you're folding it to make the journal, if you want it that wide, you would stop there. I like mine just a little bit thinner. So all my measurements and cutting are eyeballing. So I'm just gonna cut off a little more, fold it, and see if it's the size I want of the front and back. That looks good to me. So then I'm done with the cutting. Well, I'm done with the cutting for this. Much more cutting to come, but. So then I just fold it. And now this is gonna be the cover of the book or journal. And here's gonna be a pocket, and here's, if I can get in there, it's gonna be a pocket. Front, back. So then the next part is just cutting down your papers. I'll cut a couple on camera, and then I'll speed it up or do it off camera, because it's you know, kind of, it's like labor intensive, I guess. Not really, but boring to watch me do it. So again, I eyeball everything, so I just fold it to what I think the width of my journal cover is. And then I'm just cutting it down. Oops, bouncing around here. Let me double check that. Yeah. So then, again, I'm eyeballing. So I could set it in my journal, and I know that that's a good size width-wise. You can do it wider with your book pages and have them be kind of grungy, hanging out, but that's all a preference. So now again, I'm mainly eyeballing, but you could set your journal. So I know I need to go down just a hair. Let's see how it looks. Perfect. So that'll be 4 pages actually. So you have 1 page, 2 page, 3 pages, 4 pages. So I repeat this process until I have all the pages that I want to put in it. So I'll do another one. I'll do a tea-dyed one. Again, just eyeballing. You can always cut it off or use a different paper if it doesn't fit. It's not really a big deal. Of course, if you aren't an eyeballer, you could measure. You could there's easier ways to do this. This is just my method. So you could measure your book and then do your cutting, but I've never done it that way. This is just my way, so and it works just fine for me. All right, so that one seems to fit pretty well. Yep. All right, so I just repeat that process until I get all my papers. And so I'll get those cut up and then I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back for the next step. So now I've got all my papers cut up. The next thing I do is I put the papers in the order that I want them to be in the journal. So I just kind of pick there's no rhyme or reason. I like, if I'm using several of kind of the same, like a tea dye, I just mix it in with other kinds of paper. So I'll do a pattern, a tea, kind of like a ledger, do another tea dye. And I pick what I want my center, the center of the book page to be. Let's see, do another tea dye. So then I was thinking I wanted the center to be the book page, or maybe this, that might be a good one. So I'll do this, book page, and then this one. And then I just make sure that they're lined up. And I set them in the cover. Close the cover. Make sure they all fit, they do. Okay, so then I find the middle, or this is the middle. I use clips. I could probably do this one without, but generally speaking, when I'm binding the book, I clip it so that the pages don't move while I'm trying to work on it. So now you'll need your awl or a pokey tool and a needle. I think it's called an embroidery. Oh, I have a knot. I think it's a thread, a yarn needle, but I'm not entirely sure of the official name. Hang on, I got a knot on my thingy. So I don't know how that happened in the matter of like me not touching it. So let's see, let's remedy this real quick. So to measure how much thread you need, you're supposed to measure this 3 times, I believe. I never measure, so 1, 2, so I wouldn't have enough. So let me cut a new one because that one was kind of funky. But usually, again, I eyeball, but if you're not an eyeballer, that's what you're supposed to do to make sure you have enough to sew the pages together. So if you're not familiar, what we're doing is called a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. It's an easy way to bind the pages together, and you can make yourself your own journals whenever you want. So let me double check that everything, let me move down, okay. Sorry guys, it's hard for me to like line up. I'm just not a pro at the filming stuff. Okay, so now that my page is together, I'm gonna make 3 holes where I'm gonna sew. So I start at the top, and you're wanting to go towards, I don't know, towards the outside there. I don't know what I was gonna say. So you can put your needle in there to hold the spot. You make 1 in the middle. So you're gonna make 1 at the top, middle, and bottom, making sure all your pages are in there. Oops, and then like you don't want to put the whole, where up here where that page wouldn't get caught in the thread. You want all of them to be able to be sewn. It's kind of hard to put into words. Okay, I'm through. So then take your needle out, that's just holding it, go through the center. You're gonna come back through the top hole. Sometimes this happens where you can't find the holes, which what I do is I just peek, okay? And you're gonna make sure you leave a tail here, so you don't wanna pull too much, so leave that there. So you went through the center, through the back top, and now we're going through the bottom hole. Okay, pulling it nice and tight. Now you're gonna turn the book over and you're gonna go through this center hole, but make sure that you go to the side of this thread. You don't wanna splice it and go through there. You wanna be in the same hole, but next to that thread. Oops. There we go. Okay, Sometimes it takes a little finagling because the pages do move a little bit. So now it's all done. You just want to make sure those are nice and pulled tight. Give them a little tug. I'm going to take my needle off now. Take this thread. You're going to put it underneath here. And now you'll just make your knots. I just do, for this, I'll just make 2 knots. That's plenty. Okay. Now the book is bound, and you can leave tails if you want to hang things, beads, buttons, whatever. For this one, I'm not going to, so I'll just cut it about right there. I have really not sharp scissors. Take these off. Flip it over. Now the book is bound. And then you can go back through. And here's the pages. Very easy. So I hope you guys enjoy this short video. I'll try to do as many short videos as I can so that you can have something quick and fun to work on. Have fun decorating. You can put things, ephemera and stuff in the pockets. So, yeah. Hope you guys have fun making these, and I will see you later.